John, the first thing I want to ask you is, according to Wikipedia, you were 7 when the Lions beat New Zealand in a series in 1971. Have you got any memories of that at all?
No, not that youthful, not at that youth, Andy. But I do have memories of the '77 series,
which, of course, went the way of New Zealand, as have all of the others. So there's the question, you know, what had this squad got that could maybe emulate 1971?
This British Lions squad is for me is clearly very professional. You know, like it's what have we been going now since 1995. You've got the success of Ireland you're against the All Blacks in Chicago, and presented themselves the case in Dublin, you know, a week later, and then you obviously you've got Ireland knocking off England, and England's successful run, you know, in recent Test matches, playing a style of football that's pretty close to the speed of the game that the All Blacks play, and you're seeing probably those two teams go to space in attack, you know, very similar to the All Blacks. I guess what we don't understand in the formula is that the All Blacks are sort of coming into the mid part of the year, and you've got you know, the Irish and British Lions coming to the end of their season. What I have noticed in the build-up of their squad, coming out of these European finals and Premiership semis and the Pro finals and stuff, they're starting to collect a lot more numbers in their pre-camps, and I just noticed their training has stepped up on week 2, very strength-based, but I'm sure there will come a point where they concentrate on the speed of the game as well.
They've lost Billy Vunipola. Now, my spies in New Zealand tell me that New Zealand are very happy that Billy's not going to be there. James Haskell is his replacement. Is it going to make a difference?
Yeah, he's a very good carrier. He'll be pretty. He was going to be pretty handy out of, you know, scrums and exit. Handy to use him either close off line-outs and exit or in midfield. So he certainly has the ability to win your gain line from set plays. When the pace of the game gets up, whether he has the advantage there, but you know, Stander has the ability, the all-round game, and I think has the ability to be in the game when it's actually at its most demanding period. I think he's quicker, so yeah, that's going to be interesting. But you know, Stander's been phenomenal for Ireland.
Now, it's a long tour, over a month, and there's a lot of games ahead of the Test matches, which gives an opportunity for players who wouldn't ordinarily get to play in a high-profile game. How does that work?
I can only go back to my memories in '93 when, at that point in time, we needed a benchmark win. We were getting older as a side and we'd been national champions, but geez, the scalp of the British Lions was a huge motivation, and we were very similar to what the Hurricanes have got. They've got them between first and second test, and you know, there were 30,000 people, you know, out from work. You could tell all the government workers because of the yellow raincoats, and yeah, I mean, and we were lucky. We put them away that day, and amongst mates, you know, we often still talk about that game, and so do people in that community as well. So yeah, it's something that can be remembered for your whole life in terms of your playing career.
And one thing that the Lions have built since 1995 and professionalism is this enormous travelling force, which is in many ways, for an isolated place like New Zealand, it's an economic force.
Oh, it's huge, the revenue that New Zealand brings in on this trip is, you know, through that tourism. And you can clearly see the reasons why they've gone for Eden Park, for, you know, to cater for, you know, for what that opportunity presents. And they're wonderful fans, aren't they, as well? You know, like it's not just the corporates. You know, it's just the rugby talk in the hotels. It's just going to be phenomenal for New Zealand. And New Zealand lives off that kind of situation as well. It's psyche, you know, the way it lives its life. It lives for rugby. Most households will be talking about it at breakfast.